the hate, the grind, the sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key in combination. Keep it all in hindsight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night, night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever pay no mind and keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. They will let me put me shining, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, that time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, if I had a penny for everyone doubted me, I'll make $1 million a month off a salary. Picture me rolling, go look at the gallery. I've been eating now, look at the calories. No, I've been out up on the road, trying to make it to my goals. Had a lot of friends in the past when I quit on me, had a fold. I remember being told, son, don't ever say it's so. For the girls, for the cars, for the fame, for the riches, for the gold. Yeah, I've been chasing material things, I've been chasing my dreams. Stay close to the team, I don't ever need no reason to leave. Heard the birds in the trees, telling me it is a breeze. As you can see, I do it with ease, wanna make it them believe. That time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, one time for the one time, I'll rebound, I reground. In the meantime, I stack up, this win my reward. Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation.
Welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as we are live during Riyadh season at the Kingdom Arena. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
Here.
This bout is scheduled.
So much hype. So here we go. Should be a good one. The jab doesn't quite connect. Good counter punching. He threw a punch and just got countered. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Both men step back for just a moment. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
Can you imagine walking into this time, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about it.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That jab doesn't find a home. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Oh my word, down goes RJJ! Wow, let's take another look.
1, 2, 3,
4. That'll be it. Here we go for round 2. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
How about that time counter shot? This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice counter shot. Ricardo Mayorga is in trouble. It appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean. Did you see that? El Matador in trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. That counter punch caught him. Hold it right there. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Pensacola's finest is down. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Gotta wonder. Here we go in round 3. Who's gonna land the first big shot? They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
Nice counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Mayorga goes down. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
I need to turn this around halfway through.
Is that forever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. Let's talk about Mayorga. There's the bell for round 4. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need.
Ricardo Mayorga is on the canvas. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, it's not there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
A perfect counter shot. The uppercut does not score. Stamina is off the charts. Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Done with that counter shot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Good counter punch. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Catch and shoot. That counter shot lands. Roy Jones Jr. Let's talk about Ricardo Mayorga and that. Back into the fray here in round 5. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Punch, counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Jab not finding its target. They block that jab. Just misses that uppercut. Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's a counter shot. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. They exchange punches. Incredible work rate. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. There's the bell for round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction.
And down goes Jones Jr. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory, that's not a knockout victory. That is so...
Who could forget May 18th? Roy.
This bout is skipped.
What a pleasure to be. And that's the opening bell, round one. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Throws the jab and doesn't score. Big right uppercut scores. A perfect counter shot. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like a rabbit in a headlights.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Mayorga is hurt. Down goes Mayorga. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your ball.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at it. There's nothing there. There's no defense.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Mayorga. Here we go. It's round two. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Beautiful counter shot. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
How about that time counter shot? He threw a punch and just got countered. He can't get out of the way of that straight. That right hook catching air. Punch, counter punch. And around that seat. The bell rings and we start the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
A straight right just misses. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. How did they survive that?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. How are they still standing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. They exchange punches. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Oh, this is the time. And there's the bell to start round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That right hook won't score. These two were made for each other. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Incredible work rate. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Misses with that uppercut. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Roy Jones Jr. at this. Back into the fray here in round 5. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Missed with that right uppercut. He just misses with that jab. Catch and shoot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. El Matador is hurt. Mayorga goes down. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's talk about Ricardo Mayorga. Here we go in the 6th round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming up? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Good counter punch. Throws the uppercut, but misses. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. And down goes Jones Jr. They knew it when they threw it. The perfect body shot, and no one's standing up to that one.
That's lights out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Well done with that counter shot. Oh my word, down goes RJJ. How about that impact? Let's see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You all right?
Well, this fighter has been down twice. They've got to up their game here. This fight. Here comes round 7. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. And he just missed with that left jab. Good counter punching. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Pensacola's finest is down. One punch did the trick. Let's see it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you still want to fight.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. What a huge momentum. And we enter the 8th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain with a brawn.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Missing with that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this.
Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
The perfect counter lands. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Hook misses. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
counter shot lands. Beautiful counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. El Matador in trouble. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Mayorga in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two... It's round 10. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Ricardo Mayorga seeing start. Ricardo Mayorga is on the canvas. Could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I need to see that again.
About that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom, different tactics.
Through the hook, it didn't land. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Mayorga in that last round. There's the bell for round 11. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Nice counter punch. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around them.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, and down goes Ricardo Mayorga. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
A knockout victory. That is... God, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.